The Information Officer is a murder mystery set on the island of Malta during the Second World War. Someone is going around killing local Maltese girls, and the early evidence suggests that a British serviceman lies behind the crimes. Max Chadwick, the Information Officer of the title, finds himself drawn into the hunt for the killer, and it's an investigation which jeopardizes his career and ultimately his life. The reason for setting the third book in Malta during the Second World War is very simple. As I was nearing the end of The Savage Garden, I was looking for some displacement activity because I wasn't having a very fun time of it. And I went to our local junk shop, and as always, I was browsed through the second-hand books, and I plucked out a little memoir, a dusty little memoir, and it was written by someone who'd been on Malta in 1942. And although I knew that Malta had suffered terribly during the Second World War, I didn't know to what degree. And I went home. I should have been writing the other book, but I was so hooked by this memoir that I read it in one sitting and knew at that moment that I had the setting for my third novel. I mean, Malta suffered so terribly. I mean, people know this now, but there are any number of statistics that bear this out, but certainly the Blitz in London was nothing in comparison to what Malta was subjected to a full sort of more than 2 years. Every single day and night, pretty much, the bombers came looking to annihilate the island. There was one thing that stood out in the research of the book, which I never used in the book, and I still don't know why I didn't use this. It was just an image, really. And it was in the memoir of a Spitfire pilot who described when things were very, very bad in mid-May and food was very scarce on the island. Someone had managed to get hold of some bacon for breakfast, and this man described the bacon being cooked in the oil of the down Spitfire of a friend of theirs, because that's all that was left. There was no cooking oil left on the island, so they had to fry it in the engine oil of their dead friend. I've always really enjoyed writing my female characters, and they figure large in all of the books, and I guess they're all pretty feisty, pretty rounded individuals. And I've sometimes been asked, you know, why that is. I don't really know what the answer to that is, other than that I come from a family of strong and willful women. I have a mother who is a force of nature, and I have 3 very feisty sisters. So it seems very normal to me that the women that I portray should have those characteristics, that they should be real people and not wallflowers. As a reader, I certainly enjoy novels where the author leaves spaces in the narrative which allow you as the reader to fill in the gaps for yourself, that you know, the story isn't so didactic that you have no options open to you. And I hope that and I think that they probably do, that my books have that characteristic about them. They don't spell it out, they don't lead you by the hand. Obviously, because they're mysteries, there is a certain narrative drive that exists. But beyond that, I think, and I hope, that the stories are open to a certain degree of interpretation. And that certainly seems to be borne out by the reaction to the novels, the way in which people respond to them, and the fact that they seem to stir a fair amount of debate.